Welcome, everybody, to Fancy Fridays, your weekend jump-off show. I'm your host, Tommy Tom, and, well, once again, I am here without my cohorts, Dave and Keenan. They're here somewhere. They're in the background. They're not important for this episode. It's okay.
You here with us, motherfucker.
Yeah, I would have. No, but today it is, of course, Ladies' Night, Part Deuce.
Woo!
And with me today, I have two very funny ladies. First, of course, Miss Jen. You know what? I want to say your last name, but I feel like I'm going to fuck it up because I know it is very Italian. Lavolpe?
Almost, yeah, La Volpe.
La Volpe. Look at that. See that? I can get last names. And, of course, comedian Miss Dana Marie.
Hey. That's me.
Now, in the first, ladies' night that I did here with everybody, it was really more so a man versus woman thing. I think that came. Admittedly, I was kind of triggered before the podcast began because I was asked the question of, it was like, why can't guys just be with one girl? Why can't, like, the basic questions that every girl asks, and I'm just like, stop dating assholes. Maybe that would help you or something, Okay. But for this one, I want to change. I want to have a little more fun. So I, of course, got two of the funniest ladies that I know, of course. Dana, I met you, of course, at open mics out there in upstate New York, where we live. Whatnot. Dana was like the only girl at the open mic. And, of course, she won me over instantly by just opening with cancer jokes.
Yes.
As I said, if you open with cancer jokes, what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, people thought the last show that you did for me when I made my dead grandma joke, they're like, "Oh, that's pretty dark." I was like, "You don't know what's coming. I had to prep you guys for the cancer that was coming."
Yeah, for real. That's where we mesh, though. That's where
exactly.
we get peanut butter and
dark
jelly.
humor.
Dark
You
humor.
can't have the dark humor. Get out of here.
That's it. All day.
Yep. And then Jen, I of course met you at Dave's wedding.
Yes.
Of course, you were friends with his wife. We've always seen. We only got to talk a little bit at the wedding, but from there, I was like, you know what? I like that girl. She's got this energy.
I was drunk.
Good drunk energy.
You know what?
Drunk energy.
that did contribute to it, definitely. No, I loved it. But no, you know what
Watch
it is?
the pupils, Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, no. It's fine. What it is that, like, even with, like, Dana and, like, a lot of people that I will end up talking to, I feel like in a few instances you can get when someone's just going to be upfront or real with you or something, or if they're just going to be like, oh, hi, maybe drunk you is just like that. Granted, I've seen a couple of your drunk friends, so you know what? You might be one of the calmer ones.
I am.
But, it's that realness, I think, that ultimately I think always contributed more to humor. In doing stand-up, I think one of the things I've realized, and I've had to continue to realize, is you have to not really hold back so much. Like, the audience can tell when you're not going to give it your all. So sometimes it's just like, well, I'm just going to have to say shit that, maybe some people are going to be pissed at me later.
Yeah. But you just got to be real.
Mm-hmm. With your personalities, of just that openness and stuff like that, have you found that affects your relationships sometimes with people? I say that because the whole idea of this one, as I messaged you both, was about that stigma that women aren't funny. So sometimes I feel like with some guys there's a uncomfortableness if their girl is throwing jokes and stuff like that, and they have this outgoing personality sometimes, where I'm not saying that like the guys just want, hey, stay behind me or something like that, but it's almost like outside the quote unquote norm of like, oh, your girl's the one who's the party goer, who's got the whole crowd around them instead of you, and that might be too much sometimes for some guys.
Yeah, I've experienced that, definitely. When I was like 24, I was way more outgoing than I am now because I'm pretty much an introvert, and I was really into my comedy. So I was dating a guy who was like a really big aspiring stand-up comic. Like he wanted to do it with his life, and he would always make this like kind of half joke where he was like pretty serious though. He was like, "Oh, life is hard when your girlfriend's funnier than you." And I would always be like, "Are you trying to make me feel bad, or is it a compliment? I don't know." But yeah, sometimes, yeah, definitely. And then there was one later on that like never said those words, but I feel like whenever I would make him laugh, then he would try to kind of like one up it. Maybe it seemed like a threat a little bit.
He feels threatened that you would actually be funnier or whatnot.
Right, and I feel like it's hard to like I think the audience and in real life too, people can see through when you're trying to push a persona. So I think comedy has to be real. You have to just like talk about who you are and your own experiences.
Yeah, totally. I think that for me, like my relationship's pretty steady. So like we've been dating for a while, and like he does music and stuff, so he's already like
He's got his own
audience. Yeah, so it kind of like we play off each other because like he does DIY music and like I do DIY like comedy shows and like random places. So I feel like we both have elements that are similar that we can like talk about after. So just,
That is definitely like one of the things. I've met your boyfriend, good guy. I mean, just to even like be chill with you, just going out to the mics and stuff like that. It's just like, God, sainthood.
Yeah.
Deserve sainthood. You were sending your girl to so many masturbation jokes.
Yeah,
every
for
time,
real.
every open mic.
Yeah, yeah, but I do my own shit. Like it's sort of like I'm just a very independent person, so like I do my own shit, and like you just have to deal with it. And you can't if you can't roll with it, then like it's not gonna work, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just interesting sometimes to see. Like I know plenty of like my friend. Well, I guess they were my friend. A lot of people I know.
They're not your friends.
Yeah.
Because you're like, these people are fucking
that
weird.
like that openness and honesty thing, there is an uneasiness when it comes to it. It's why I have so much praise for you two, in that like I see your personalities and there's not like a lot of hold back. So like I think you both have reached this point where it's like I know who the fuck I am. I'm cool. I'm whatever. You either like me or you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. And I take pride in like my group of friends too, because I feel like there's always like the running jokes that like when you put girls in a room, they can be catty and they don't really like each other. But with mine, it's like we literally just talk about like poop and food. Like that's all we are. Like any normal people.
Yeah.
We exchange wordles, you know.
I don't fuck with Wordles. They seem like fun though.
Yeah. They're a little challenging for me.
That's why I don't fuck with them.
But they're good.
Nice.
But like I know Dana, you've in stand up probably a lot of times there's what I mean a lot of times. Most every time there's probably more men on the bill than there are women usually.
Oh yeah. I feel like I've said this before, like there's never more than one vagina in the room. Like I feel like on bills especially, like they don't double vagina. Like that does not happen. There cannot be, unless, and then if there is, it's like it's ladies night. I'm like, no, it's just a regular night.
I
No.
like the name.
No, I do too. but like if it's ladies night, like we have like a multiple women. But like if it's two women on a bill, it's like we have to change this whole concept, you know, like, but if it's just like a regular night, they're like one woman only, you know, like.
Yeah, usually on those posters, it's like maybe one. If you see the two, it's like,
Yeah, what's going on here?
One must be hosting.
Yeah, they must
One
have,
must
they
be
have
a
to
host,
rebrand
and then
it.
it's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
But like, it is a thing because even in like stand-up comedy, in the stand-up comedy world, most people can name way more male comics than they can female comics. I think Jen, you and me at the break room, we were talking about it. I was like, yeah, I think one of my favorite female comics. I was like, wait, no, she's just one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
Is Nikki Glazer,
Oh, yeah,
and it's
she's
for
great.
the same reason of that. She's just blunt. She's raw. She doesn't care. She'll talk about her bulimia, her whatever. Just goes at it and stuff like that. But there's that thing of like, oh, you're a funny female comic or something like that. And like, I have to catch myself sometimes when I'm billing or something where like with you or even Naomi who did the first one, it's like, yes, I have do I want to like? I have to tell the other people, but I don't want it announced. And like the thing is like, yes, I have a trans comic, I have a female comic, I have this comic coming to the thing. Like you have to explain it to the bookers and all that. But for like the shows, it's like, I'm not going to introduce. All right, we got this funny female comic coming up. It's Dana Marie. She's a girl. Probably should she be doing my dishes? You know, no. It can't be playing one of those.
If you ever said that, I would die. I feel like I'm actually out. I'm not doing this. You would never, though.
No, I wouldn't. No. Now I might. Now that I know that's going to be the thing. Catch us next time from one of my next shows as I introduce the domestics. That's how I'm going to call the show. I'm going to call it Domestic Friday.
You look good in the kitchen.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm going to go to like 1950s scenes. Hey, you broad.
Yeah, right. To the moon. Yeah.
No. But Jen, you yourself, you've left the comedy. We're trying to get you back here.
Yeah.
I'm going to, since I intend to be coming out to the city. So every time I come out, I'm just going to be like, hey, Jen, you gonna do this mic with me? You gonna do this mic?
No, I appreciate it. I need nagging.
But I think you made a good point about your friends. Your friends are a good supporter because, let's face it, they've been like, yeah, don't get back into it.
Yeah, I never had a hard stop. I think I just kind of fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Like work picked up and I just got busy and stuff. But it really is rewarding.
It is. It's that little therapy session, as I usually call it. It's like this is the time. On stage is the realest you're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, because there is no worry. It's like I'm just gonna talk, and you're either gonna laugh or you're not. That's it.
There was a time I think I went up there and I said that my friends had to physically drag me out to go out one night because I was sitting on the couch eating peanut butter with my fingers out of the jar, and they were like, "Before you actually get any grosser, we need you to get out there and maybe socialize."
Oh my gosh. Good friends.
Yeah.
Good friends.
And as I was saying it, I was like, I wonder if people are gonna laugh or if the room is just gonna be silent.
Did we get it?
Like 3 people laughed.
Oh, don't worry. That's better. I made a joke that I fucked up and it made it into a pedophile joke once.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It was real bad. Like the joke was essentially most of the. Now I'm in my 30s. I feel like I should get into a relationship, but most of the girls my age are now with guys either like 20, 30 years older than them or just now growing pubic hair or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I sat there, I was like, so what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to sit here and be like, wow, that little girl eating her Dunkaroos or something. You know what? One day she's going to be mine. Or like, is that supposed to be my saving grace thought or something like that? That's how the joke was originally supposed to go. So already I'm dancing a line.
Ooh.
When I did it, it was an open mic, and they're like, you got 2 minutes. So I'm just like, fuck. All right, how am I supposed to do whatever? So I'm kind of rushing through it. I'm like, what am I supposed to be like? In 5 years, she's going to be mine. And I realized what I had said, and I was just like, oh.
I can't take back now.
I can't take that back. And of course, hey, it was a female comic that came up after me. Her first words on there, hey, Tom, I think I know why you're alone, because you're a fucking creep. And all I can do is just sit there in the back and be like, oh, man, yeah, I can't.
It's when you double down. I said what I said.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You're just fucking jealous.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, this is pre-Trump. All right? We hadn't gotten grabbed by the pussy or anything like that, so,
Oh, wow.
it was a rough one. But, you have those. I don't know if you guys... Apparently that was yours. Danny, you have a bad bomb, like.
Basically every time I would go up when I first started talking about cancer, it was rough, dude. No one wanted to hear it. Still people don't really want to hear it, but I'm getting better at massaging it to make them more comfortable. But at first it was rough, dude. I was talking about shitting myself, having a diaper, and people were like, what is this comedy? I was like, it's supposed to be, but maybe not. Maybe it is just a therapy session. Yeah.
A little of everything.
Yeah.
It's that balance with comedy of sometimes you gotta be like, all right, let's not let all my insanities out at once. Let's
Bring it back.
slow burn and all that. Now I remember that from your first time to the show that you did for me. I can honestly see the growth
Oh, thanks.
from you into that, where it's like, oh no, she's got a lot more confidence and knows how she's going to be going into this and all that. That it's not just because, like I said, the first time I didn't mind, but I could tell from like other people, it's like, oh, she's just dropping cancer on her right now.
Right? And then just leave. Like, see ya.
All right, cool. I'm gonna
Enjoy
leave.
that. Yeah.
And it was the funny thing too is like I thought you were. When you went out, I thought you were going out to smoke cigarettes too. So I was just like,
Imagine.
wow, she's really pushing this cancer thing. She's really embracing it or something. And you're like, no, I never went out to smoke. So I got cancer and all that. I was like, oh, okay.
For that. Yeah. Some people think I'm lying, though. A lot of people are like, so you're fine, right? And I'm just like, no. That'd be so messed up. That'd be even worse if I was just like totally fine and joking about cancer like I had it.
Because you've been dealing with that for like a decade now?
It's been 9 years now, yeah.
Oh, congrats. It's amazing.
No, I have it. Yeah. No,
Oh,
I have it.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's confusing because I don't look like I have it. So like a lot of people think that. But that's why I like go out on stage and like try to like tell people you can look like this and like still have cancer.
Gotcha, yeah.
You know,
It's
a
nice too,
different
like
time.
between the funny jokes when people are real too, because you can really relate to the comedian. It makes them so human.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. We're all going through our shit. You know.
No, that's the key to humor of the relatability.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
If someone's just firing off nonstop like one-liners and stuff, like it is funny, but then it's like that's clearly a performer. Whereas like sometimes you want to identify with them a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different forms of comedy, like definitely, was it a Mitch Heffern's and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
it's like these are joke writers,
Right,
They're
just jokes and
different
that's it.
jokes. I think modern times, I think a lot more comics now are kind of they lean towards storyteller, probably more. Like I've always broke it down to there's the school of Carlin, school of Pryor. Carlin was the observer, checking out the world, telling you about it and stuff like that. Pryor's like, hey, my life's a little fucked up, but hey, let's talk about it. Let's just get into that. And generally, I think every comic plays with those two kind of realms. You know, third one would be, you know, Don Rickles with the roasting and stuff, because he's the roast god
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
stuff like that. Now, did you always have that humor side to you guys growing up or something? Or was it like something developed? Like I said, we're all generally the same age. Grew up around the same time and all that. So, 90s, chilling in the 90s and stuff like that,
Chilling in the 90s.
There wasn't like, I can't really think of like a prominent like female comedic actor or like that inspiration or something that like maybe a lot of girls were like, oh, maybe
Whoopi Goldberg?
what's her name? Shannon from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Nicole Kidman.
No, you.
Oh, Molly Shannon.
Molly
Shannon.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
What?
She's hilarious.
Definitely my favorite comedic actress.
You guys will catch that in our live in our movie episode. You'll catch that reference.
Nice.
But there wasn't like I can't really think. Maybe Elaine from Seinfeld or something. I can't think of many like prominent like
Yeah.
I like
female
Margaret,
funny
yeah,
ladies.
Margaret Cho is probably the best. I love her. She's really funny.
But she can't. Oh yeah, no, she's been around for.
Oh
a bit.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whitney Cummings too was around for a while.
Yeah. I know like Ellen was big in the 90s
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yes. I know, like.
Ellen,
Yeah.
That was my shit. Sorry.
hmm
Yeah, I think like making people laugh was like one of the first positive pieces of attention that stood out to me as a little kid. So I just wanted to do it more and more because I was like, oh, a positive reaction from the adults. They're giggling.
hmm
So then I was like a class clown for a while, and then I got in trouble too many times, and then I was like the quiet kid for many years.
Mm.
Yeah, my parents, what they did, they had I would get in trouble a lot, and so they had set up smiley face, so-so face, frowny face that the teacher would give to them when my parents would come to get me to tell them how I was doing, how I behaved myself and stuff. I got one bad frown face. Let me tell you something. That did not go
Tisk,
well.
tisk.
Tisk. But I was always like joking and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. It was always, I don't think I really tried to be funny until actually I started playing piano, oddly enough. And it was just goofing around during a music class, mainly because the music teacher, she knew my mom, and it was like this weird kind of rivalry thing because my mom taught piano, and so the music teacher, I guess, also would teach piano on the side or something. So she was always very curious and like, oh, so what are you learning? What book are you on, or something like that? So one day she asked me to play the piano, so I just hammed it up, started making noises and stuff like that. It was like the first time I got acknowledged by like class. Oh, Tom's real funny. And I found writing, and then it was just game over from there. It's like, all right, cool. I can just write these stories and put all the kids in there and like make all these like stories up with them. It's like, oh, haunted house or something like that. And we had this wonderful thing called Reader's Theater, which is essentially stand-up. We wrote our stories, and then we would present it to an audience, like after school or something. So I got to tell all them everything that I was doing and shit like that.
That's awesome.
And then you, Dana, did you were you always?
I was the youngest, so like me and my sister like played around a lot, but I was so quiet in school. Like I bet you like half the people that see that I do comedy now are probably like, what the fuck? Like, why is she doing comedy? She's silent. But yeah, I was really quiet, but like with my friends, I would be pretty funny, and like we would all like just vibe off each other. But yeah, I don't know. I just sort of like once I got sick, I was just like, fuck it. Like I'm just going to go out there and like do whatever I want and like, you know, just have fun. So that's what I ended up doing.
I think that's a key thing that you just said, the fuck it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to have that attitude to, I think, generally just be a little happier and stuff. Like Jen just exudes fuck it attitude to me sometimes. It's just like, fuck it. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Oh, I drank too much? Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was drunk.
Yeah, right.
It's my excuse for everything.
Yeah.
That's the excuse for everything.
I think my coworkers, we had this Zoom to like talk about our personalities to get to know each other, and I was like, I think I'm like a puppy where like positive reinforcement goes a long way, and I'm just like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
but yeah, sometimes it's scary to say fuck it and like do what you want to do too. So I kind of struggle with that. But yeah, it's so awesome that you do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, should do it again.
I know. Everybody's
Get
like,
back
come on, do
in.
it. The water's fine.
I mean, I wouldn't say the water's fine.
Yeah, it's filled with sharks.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's not. It's not sometimes, but you know what? You'll make it fine.
Yeah.
It's like the minute I go back, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is annoying. The late
Annoying.
nights.
It's just like scary.
It is scary. It is.
I think you, and this is not like no offense to Dana or me in the sense of you. I think you would be in way better. You have a more open personality. I feel than like either
I'm
of us.
drunk.
Like,
No, I'm not. I'm not.
like,
Currently, she's wasted.
that's it. 24/7.
Where's that garbage pail?
That's it. No, it's that openness. Like, I know for me, I'm like Dana. I was like, I like people. Maybe.
Oh no, I get a very
Sometimes.
outgoing vibe from you though.
That's because I'm set up.
No.
All right. Plus, you met me at a wedding. Those are my.
You were drunk.
Yeah, he was drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me use Jen's word. I was drunk.
Da, 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 da.
No, it was a wild time. Like, and in some social settings, if I set up stuff like this, I'm good. But if you ask me, most of my time, it's like, yeah, I just want to be home, just lock
Yeah,
myself
introvert.
away, wallow in my own self-pity or some shit like that. That's it.
Totally fine.
You know, but sometimes you got to get out there. And, like, you just have that kind of mentality and I think just attitude of just like, oh, and you just got that smile.
Yeah.
I want your approval so bad.
That's why you gotta go back to stand up.
That's it.
That's what we're all
Nothing
doing.
like being judged on the stage.
Love me, please.
No, but Dana, I noticed when you walked in earlier that you're a very like pleasant and like very open-minded person. I feel like I don't feel like you're judgmental at all. I sense that right away.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I used to be judgmental, and then like I just had to cut it. I was like, this is why. Like, why? Everyone's just
Yeah.
I like accepting that everyone's their own person and like everyone's got their own thing and like just realizing that and just letting them be, like not trying to
Yeah.
like pinpoint them to like what I think that they're like, or like what they should be like, or how I want them. It's like a control thing too.
Oh,
I feel like when
yeah.
you judge people, you're kind of controlling like their narrative and trying to like control like
them in
how they
boxes.
are. Yeah, but it's just like everyone's doing their own thing. They're like just
Yeah,
their
I
own
can be weird
way.
in front of her. She's fine.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Be weird.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, you do both. Yeah, you're intimidating first time you meet.
No.
Sometimes that is just like when you just see it.
Kill you. That's what. Yeah, I've heard that before, and I feel like I have to be more open in that sense, because people do like sort of get intimidated by like women that are like very open and like forefront with some stuff.
There's the confidence you carry where it's just like, if I say the wrong thing, I feel like she's just gonna like fucking rip me apart or something.
I kinda love
it's
that,
just
though.
like, yeah, I know. Like I said, granted, it's my own paranoia, which is extensive, extensive. So I can see that, and that's why I like what. And it's not this. It's like I look at Janet, it's like, there she goes. She goes, smiles. Like that. And you just,
She said my name.
like, it's just like one of those. Yeah,
Treats.
You really are. You're like a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little pet. It's just like, hey, Jen, how you doing? Oh. But hey, we're gonna take a quick little break, and when we get back, I actually have some questions for you guys as it pertains to humor and, of course, the ladies' nights and stuff like that. So we'll be right back after this.
Please follow us on Twitter at Friday's Fancy. Your favorite Twitter account. Not really, but we can do it for... God damn it, dog. Do you know how much effort this shit takes, dog? I feed him. I fucking took him out of the wilderness, and this is how he treats me. Will you please follow us at Friday's Fancy on Twitter? Thank you.
And we're back, folks. Welcome back to Fancy Fridays, Ladies' Night, Part Deuce. And of course, we are here once again with Jen. I'm gonna fuck your last name up again. All right, Lavopi.
Lopez.
Lopez. Did you say Lopez?
She's like,
Jennifer
actually.
Love Volpe.
I was like, wow, I really fucked it up. I was like, wait.
You're making
That's-
it way too complicated.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I'm trying to like do the thing. Dana Marie. Woo! I remember when I had to like, I was like, so what do you want to go by? I was like, please just be Dana Marie. Please just be Dana. Don't give me another like. But before I went to break, I said I had some like questions for you guys and stuff like that. So I guess for you guys personally, when you look at just humor in general, just being funny women and stuff like that, who do you think nowadays? I know you mentioned Margaret Cho, like that. What do you think, like nowadays, like really exemplifies that humor isn't just a guy thing?
I could think of a few stand-up comedians, and also like the social media scene is taking off. Like I guess they're TikTok comedians, but I don't have that. But on Instagram, like they have the ones that like react really quickly with memes and stuff, and it's pretty cool to see. Yeah.
First, I mostly go stand up. So I like Beth Stelling is pretty awesome. I like her stuff a lot. I like Nikki Glaser. She's great. I like Ali Wong is so fucking
she's amazing.
funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Her writing is great. I don't know. Like just, I don't know. There's a lot of good female comics that are out there.
Now, do you think there's like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this without being canceled.
Gotta love when it starts like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
like what the
starts
fuck
like
is
that.
this gonna be? Yeah.
I guess the like there's the stereotypical of what makes a woman funny. What do you think that is, or what have you noticed what people think that is? Because like I usually hear different things and stuff. It's like, oh, she's got to be over sexual. My first time seeing Nikki Glaser was from her TV show, and it was also the first time I saw Tom Segura and his wife. And the thing that they were doing was learning how to peg. So they had like clay model assholes that Nikki and Tom's wife put on strap-ons, and they fucked them.
Oh my god.
And Tom's wife, pretty good. I mean, it was smooth. It was still good and all that. Like, she did a great job. Tom was very happy. Nikki, never.
No.
Never. Like, I have a huge crush on Nikki Glazer. I'm willing to do a lot of things, but after seeing what that happened to that clay doll, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Not going in that. There's over-sexualizing, or I guess the Roseanne. The Roseannes of just like the abrasive, not pretty woman or something like that, or something. Like, generally, I think probably looks maybe sometimes go against female comic. I don't know if I'm overstepping. Please tell me anytime. All right, I'm dancing on this cancellation line here, but I'm trusting on you. Just call me out if I do.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think ultimately, like, if a comic makes you laugh, like, then they're funny. But I think with women, like, I don't mean to male bash, but I think that there's like a little extra hatred against them anyway. So they've got that against them before they even go on the stage. So they're going to be hated for being ugly and like too vulgar, and then they're going to be hated for being too pretty and like talking about periods. So it's like,
Yeah.
so they have to like find that in between, which is sad because no one should really have to like work that hard to like find their brand. But I feel like there's always like those two categories for women, and like very rarely, I think nowadays maybe more comics are like kind of blending lines and like doing their own thing.
Yeah, I think so. And like you hit it on the head when you said like over sexualized. Like I feel like a lot of people are just expecting that, or like talking about dating or periods or something like that. And it's
like there's there's certain stuff like the overweight comic. It's like, okay, here he comes. He's gonna come in with the fat joke.
Right.
That's how he's gonna open. Oh, pretty girl. She's gonna talk about how tough life is. She's gonna have the accent of like, oh my god, how are you doing? One of those. Or something. There's like, even black comics. It's like, okay, he's gonna do the black jokes. Oh, white people. Oh, they're, But, I guess it's that overcoming and like, eventually like letting the talent actually show. It's something I know in the shows I've had to produce and stuff. Is like always keep it mindful. It's like it was. I think up until Dana, I couldn't really get a female comic, really for my shows. It was just guy comics. But I had a whole lot of female musicians that I would have on the show. Like, sometimes it would just be female musicians and then just the male comics and stuff like that. So I was very happy when I finally got the courage to actually hit up Dana and be like, hey, you want to do my show?
No, yeah, it happens a lot. And I think that it's hard, too, because we're upstate.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that many comics in general. Like I see the same people at open mics all the time. Like once and twice you get like a newcomer, but like in terms of women, there's more now. But when I first started, it was just guys. Like there was not a lot. And like down in the city, obviously it's a little bit different. But up there, it's like
it's still kind of the same. Like even when I was starting and I was coming down here, there was that kind of like stiffness, I guess, or I guess repetitiveness. It's like you go to one, oh, okay, it's a hustle and bustle for like down here, as opposed to up there where I almost feel like it's almost like a safe space sometimes. Like I know there's a bunch of people that do stand up there that haven't come down to the city to do stand up, and I always tell them, no, you need to experience that. You're in a safe space right now. Take yourself out. Take yourself out of the safe space and throw yourself out there, which I believe you both kind of do in your own ways and stuff. You with your social media, once again.
I follow you.
Yeah.
No, you guys are gonna become quick friends. I mean, but no, I mean, sometimes when it comes to humor, it takes those moments sometimes, like that almost switch moment for you, to actually like be like, oh yeah, I think I can do this. I think I got it and stuff like that. And I know with you, Dana, you were, as we talked on my solo podcast, which one? Oh, that Tommy Tom, one mic, Spotify. There you go. You went into modeling, and this was after you got cancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Super bald.
And I don't know if I think we discussed it, but like the switch from modeling to stand-up, what was that like real click for you? Just being like, fuck it, let's do this.
Well, like modeling is tough in its own field. Like it's very difficult. But the thing I didn't like about modeling, it kind of correlates more with acting, in which you're like becoming a different person that someone else wants you to be, or like some other character that like someone else is crafting. And I was like, fuck this. I can make my own character. So I was like, I want to do that. And also with modeling, you don't talk, and like I don't get my like perspective across. And so like you're just like forming into someone else's world, which is cool. I just like didn't want to do that. I was like, I got to do my own shit. And like I have to like be myself. Didn't feel like that when I was modeling. So it was that sort of like urge to like express myself was something that I was like, I should act on this instead.
And Jen, you gotta explain to me, how can you be so positive? So like I'm a miserable bastard.
Yeah,
more often than like I know that I said Keenan and Dave, you know, they're bed in the background and they're just shaking. They're like, yeah, fuck that guy sometimes.
Miserable
like,
bastards.
They got to work with me, so they got to deal with it a lot more than like most people. That's probably why I'm single. And all that. But like I said, I see your social media. I'm like, how can somebody... Most of the time when I see somebody that happy, I hate them. I'm not going to lie. I just look at them like, how can you be so fun? God, I just...
Oh, social media is a highlight reel, though. I mean, those are my positive moments.
I'm sure, but anytime I've seen you, you're generally just like, oh.
I think for the most part I am, but like I've told other people, like, you know, on the outside I'm hooting, on the inside I'm hollering. Sometimes I have dark moments.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yes. There's a Kermit meme that says on the outside I'm hooting, on the inside I'm hollering. But yeah, I definitely have like, you know, moments where I overthink things and I get anxiety and little touches of depression, which is so cute and fun. But you got to spin it to be positive.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing.
Got a little touch of depression. I got the D, the depression. But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like every problem has a solution. Like, I feel like every experience in my life, like, the sun has always shone on the other side. So I feel like even in rough moments, like, there's always a way out. So I never really feel down for long. But I know it's not everyone's experience.
It took me 30 years to get to that, like, mentality of realizing that shit. Okay? Like, most of the time, like I said, you kind of wallow in that self-pity kind of thing.
It's easy
just
to,
like,
yeah.
oh, life sucks. Oh, God, what am I doing? And all that. So it is refreshing to see somebody who, you know, I'm not stupid. I'm sure you have plenty of downsides and sad moments and stuff like that you got to go through. But you exude. I think that's possible.
Yeah.
Check it out. Good dictionary guy. Good. Yeah, you exude that positive energy where it's just like a kind of happiness and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you're all negative, Dana.
Oh, I am.
She's so mean.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I keep on talking about how nice.
You are very bubbly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I guess for you guys, what do you look for in humor and stuff like that? Like what makes you laugh?
It's a good question.
I know that Dana loves the darkness.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites is Bill Burr, and he cracks me up because one of his bits, he was saying like, do you ever just drive down the road and you think in a split second your life could change because you can cut the wheel and just like run everybody over?
Yeah.
Like everyone has those little moments. Maybe not. Maybe just me. But
No,
that's the thing I relate to.
No. A lot of people have those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So like things like that, like just like silly, like dark things.
Yeah, I like dark. I also like observational humor. Like that's really creative. I feel like I don't really get that. Or like people that can do one-liners. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus,
amazing.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, Twitter comedians. Oh my God.
I think I was talking about, it's like anybody that can do crowd work, like just like that.
Yeah.
I am always so impressed. Like that's probably the weakest form for me of comedy for me. And it's like I've been working on it, but it's like I have to have like kind of like little set like little things that I can like that I've worked on or something. It's like all right, let me. Oh look, an Indian guy. Okay, I got a joke for
Right,
you.
got one, yeah.
You know,
Right.
you have like those little sets or something like that you can play with, but like a lot of times it's
yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's tough to be I don't really like crowd work, especially when it's at like an open mic. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
No,
dude,
no,
like,
no,
we
fuck
only have
that.
like
I
5
don't do-
fucking minutes. What are you doing? Like, but if they do it well, I'm like, all right, that's good. Like, if you're really like present and like you can really like flip something super quick like that, I'm like, all right, you can flex. But if not, I'm like, what are you doing? You're just having a conversation. People will just have conversations on like an open mic with an audience member. I'm like, what is this?
Oh,
like,
God, that's a
why are
risk.
you talking about what college you went to? Like, what? But people do that. Hey, whatever. It's your 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is true. Now, I guess another question for you guys is, I guess, what are your thoughts on quote unquote male humor? I guess you can say kind of locker room talk humor, if we want to talk about that, I guess, in that sense and all that. I mean, no grabbing the pussy or anything like that.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, it's the juvenile dude talk, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's some women that are just like they'll jump right into it and they'll just play along with it or something or go with it. And there's others that are just like not about it. They're not about it. And, you know, especially with the changing of the world, let's face it, Me Too, time's up. After that, there's been like a whole kind of like switch where it's like, even for me sometimes, I feel like hesitant to make. I already made the grab by the pussy joke and a pedophile joke earlier on. So like, but that's part of my mentality of now, just like, I can't have a censor. I can't have a censor or I'm never going to improve myself in a way.
Yeah.
But I also am cognizant that shit can, it won't go over well with certain people as opposed to others who get it. So I'm curious with what your thoughts on, you know, the locker room humor and stuff like that, and I guess the crude humor sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like I've definitely gotten like more used to it being in stand up. I mean, a lot of guys just go straight for like dick jokes or like sex, like stories of sex. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then like using the stool as I'm like,
Yeah, like
no one
thrusting
needs that as the, no one needs the visual as well. Like, it's okay.
So she was like right there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, what up, girl? Yeah.
And I'm like, really? You need like a little stand for yourself? All right. But like, so I've gotten used to it. I've gotten like a little bit numb to it, but it's different when like you're talking to a guy and he's really comfortable with you and then he starts talking about like sexual experiences. I'm like,
Right.
all right, dude, like I'll try to chime in when I can, but like it's not usually. So like I'm usually just quiet at those moments, but I'm like, okay, I'm glad that you're comfortable around me. That's good. But I'm not really going to have a lot of input here for you. Because then, too, like, as being a woman, like, I don't really want to, like, engage in that and then be like, oh, yeah, tell me about that time. I'm like,
Right.
no, dude, like, fuck out of here. Like, because I'm also, like, kind of a shy person. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to do
Yeah.
that.
I feel like as long as like the guy can establish self-awareness before he goes in like that, like when you were talking about the jokes that you've made in the past, I'm like, I can tell that you're a very aware person and very intelligent and like you have respect for women, but some people like just literally don't.
Can you just look at the camera?
This is a
Repeat
good,
that
decent
last
man.
part?
He 85% respects women.
Nice.
I can't win.
But yeah, I feel like shows like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like they could be like the crudest of the crew, but you know those guys in real life are very like aware of what they're doing, so it makes a difference. But also I feel like, you know, the old school comics maybe not so much.
Yeah, like there's some dudes too that go up and like talk about like murdering women, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
it's like,
you need to like go to a therapist. Like there's some people that just don't like
There's an
women
actual-
at
yeah.
all, and I'm like, all right, you've got some fucked up shit you got to work out because like someone did something to you, and like you don't got to take it out on everyone. But like there are those comics that are like, oh, I want to kill this my wife or something. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
dude, just get a divorce.
Like the old ball and chain. Like,
No, I mean, I think I stated it in the last ladies' night. I've concluded that I probably do have some hatred towards women. Admit it.
I
Like,
take back what I said.
Down to 75. Down to 75.
At least I'm honest. I'm honest about it. But it's more so of what I talked about, that misjudgment thing of like where you say something or just in general, you two are cool, I'm talking to you and all that. I don't think any of you are assuming I'm trying to get in your pants right now. Where there's like other ones that is just like instantly is like, oh hey, how you doing? It's like, I'm not going to fuck you. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah, right. Didn't know that was on the table.
yeah, wow.
Now that we're clear.
After a while, you get a little bitterness, and it's just like, God, why does everyone think I'm just like some fucking whore? Shut up, Dave. Shut up, Keenan. Fucking traitors in this fucking place. But
Dig your own hole, Tom.
but it's just like those certain things that like I think both men and women have certain stigmas that like, yeah, maybe in the past they work, but I think we've reached the point where sometimes you just got to throw those stigma and be like, all right, this is who the person is, and stuff like that. And it's sometimes hard because of gender, because of sex and stuff like that. So I'm always like curious with like women like you guys who, you know, there's some things I want to change, some things I don't want to change. I'm just gonna go for it and like take care of my thing. When there's like others that maybe are just like they're still searching for that thing, and you ultimately take it out on other people, and men do that too. So it's just kind of finding that balance between the two of just being like, all right, look, I'm fucked up, you're fucked up. Let's just agree that we're all fucked up.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time. Let's just enjoy the time we got and all that.
Trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding. Yes. Exactly.
And that's true for women too. Like women, I've overheard like conversations with women because I used to be a server of just like, I hate men, like legit, like ringing men out for like little to no reason. You know, it's just like there is that hatred on both ends, but you just gotta.
And then usually you catch them with the most biggest douchebag ever.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's who they're
Oh, yeah.
dating and stuff. That was always my favorite with like some of my female friends of how they would bash guys, and then it's like one, I think she was so anti-Trump. I was like, yeah, but all I've ever seen you date are Trumps. Ooh. They like literally just kind of walk you around. It's like it's one of two types. It's one of two types. All right, it's the guy that's over dominating you, or the guy you can just manipulate and do whatever you want to. That's how you're playing it. So then when I see that, I'll admit my kind of like, am I going to really take whatever you say to me seriously or something like that? It's just like, no, I'm not going to do it. You know, different. When I see Dana with her boyfriend, I'm just like, oh, that's cool. It's like, because there's different relationships. All right? So I think I broke these down to, there's the ones you see that you look at and you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, right? Then there's the other ones that you look at and it's like, I don't get it. And those break into two. It's like the I don't get it, but it works kind of thing. Or is the I don't get it, this is horrible. And your relationship, I definitely see it as like, I get this. I get it. I can see you too. And I'm just like, you're both confident in yourselves. You both do your own thing. Like you said, independence. You have your own independence, which I think is a key thing for like any kind of relationship, really. It's
Yeah,
just
you
like,
have to.
You have to have your own space sometimes and just be able to do. There's plenty of like couples that I see that are just like, you guys can't function without each other. It's like, all right, fine. Like maybe that's that bond. It's like, yes, we complete each other, but at the same time, I'm like, God forbid, what happens? What happens?
Yeah,
It's not
dude.
healthy.
That's the thing. Codependence is so toxic, and I feel like I've been in a lot of codependent relationships, and that's why I know that like I can never be in them again because they're so terrible, you know. And you just like you accept that you're your own person, and you have to grow on your own before you can be in someone else's life. You know, you can't just like depend on the other person to like grow you because that's not gonna work. And at the end of the day, sorry to bring it down, everyone dies alone. So like, fuck it. Like, you gotta just be comfortable with your own shit.
For everybody wondering why I like Dana so much, there you
Sorry
go.
to bring
Humble
it down.
reminder.
There you go.
Humble, yeah, exactly.
I see. I love doing ladies' night because the first one is like, cool. I'm not gonna be the one saying the shit that gets canceled. I can't say that about this one.
Yeah.
I can't say that about this one. At least in this one, I'm not the darkest one going on here. You know.
Definitely not.
I guess with either of you, would you think your relationships would affect, or is there anything that in your relationships, if like that could happen, that would make you have to change your personality to make it work or something like that? I'm trying to think of
Yeah, I wonder if it's like a healthy compromise, maybe.
mm-hmm.
Like, if someone doesn't like a certain food, maybe don't eat it all the time when they're there. But I don't want to change anything fundamentally about myself.
Yeah, definitely not personality-wise. I worked way
No.
too hard to figure out who I am.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I'm not changing it for anyone.
Many of my female friendships usually end when they get a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Because there is going to be the new thing of like, oh, they don't like it. That's where I think I made a joke of like, a lot of my female friends have told their significant others I'm gay or something like that.
Oh.
Like, that was the high school thing. Tom's gay or something like that. And now the move that I've noticed is like, the guy is just like, oh, I got the perfect girl for Tom. And I'm like, I've never talked to you. How the fuck? You got the
Yeah.
perfect girl to keep me away from your girl. That's what you're really trying to say or
Yeah.
something. So I'm always like curious, because that's why I asked earlier about the comedy of just your humor, your personalities and stuff like that, how that sometimes can be intimidating. It's that confidence. And sometimes I think maybe for women, one of the most confident things is the humor. I think that's one of the most confident thing a woman can do. That's, of course, speaking from me with my Y chromosome here and all that. That's generally how I've always viewed it, of just like, oh yeah, when a girl can just go up there and just be able to make fun of herself or just make fun of like her surroundings and stuff like that, it's like, I instantly get more respect for that, because I know way too many of the opposite, where they're trying to fit in and it never works. There's always a bitterness and anger, I guess, behind that, which I think we've all been through also. Is you just get, it's that growth. Eventually you reach that point where you're just like, all right, I'm good.
30.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, let me tell you, you little 20-year-olds, okay?
It sucks being 20.
It really does.
It's
20,
awful.
20, yeah, you guys are having a great time. Let me tell you something. 30s are the shit. They are awesome. I have never had more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know exactly who you are. It's great.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no more searching. It's just like, oh, yeah, cool.
But always room for growth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So, but you realize that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think when we're younger, we have, it's that ego. Just like, I got it. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. How many bad relationships started with that comment?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Oh,
Way
no.
too much.
I'm going to
Totally
change
got it.
him.
He'll change
Yeah,
for me.
I'm going to change him.
He's nice in private. You don't even know.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing too. Sometimes, I don't know, back on the comedy thing, like I feel like sometimes when I go up, it's like people don't actually listen. Like I feel like a lot of people will walk out or like will just shut off or like go on their phones. I've had tables just be like, oh, a woman. And they'll just like not listen at all to like what I'm saying, which makes me want to do stand up even more.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
I'll win you over.
Yeah. But yeah.
No, but
listening.
that is something that like you have to deal with, like we talked about with the cards. It's like, oh, one woman. That's for the guy who for the dates.
Mm-hmm.
This way, the female has, oh, I have someone I can relate to for this
Totally.
thing, and it's like you're almost affirmative action hire sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, we need to get one girl up on here.
Yeah.
All right, put one up. Put a name in a hat. We'll pick one out. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Dana, it's your week.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I know. Look, don't judge me. Don't judge me. But no, Jen and Dana, it's been great having you guys here with me. Once again, I greatly appreciate you all coming out. have to come on. Well, you had 15-minute drive.
Yeah, it was easy for me.
Yeah, it was easy for you, Dana. You came up from where Kip and me are located up there,
Yeah,
so
the
it was
boonies.
very great. But I did want to get your thoughts on the break room experience for yourselves and all that. Let the ladies know how therapeutic it actually may be.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I literally just broke so many bottles as soon as they shut the door. I was like, I can't wait to break this glass bottle.
It was so nice how easily they broke too. I was like, yeah, take that.
Yes. You went after the Princess Diaries immediately. She spotted
I held it
it.
up. I was like,
This DVD, yeah. She was on it. Yeah. Anne Hathaway. Come on. Yeah.
No, I remember, like, as soon as the door closed, yeah, there was no hesitation or anything. It just, as soon as the door, I got out of there, it's like, I made it as a joke. Oh, I better get out of here before it goes. And then as soon as I closed the door, boom, boom. I'm just like, that was a joke. I didn't think you guys were actually going to go real crazy and ham on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then Jen just making noises or whatever, growls.
was it me?
I'm pretty sure we were like, to
Maybe
the
there is a
point that,
monster
like,
within me, you know?
it was so great. Shout out to Matt over there at Raise Up.
Yeah.
His response is just like him holding his little dog and just like looking over at the door. It's like, is that them?
Yeah.
They came in so like well mannered and everything. And
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's a different story when that door closes. It really is.
Yeah.
It
But it's
is.
great. I feel like everyone should do a break room because you do like let go of so much energy that I didn't even know I had it. Like I was
Same.
like, wow, I'm still doing this. This is great.
I woke up
Like,
zen.
Yeah. Sweat a little, get a workout in.
It's probably the funnest workout you
Yeah,
guys can
very
really
much
get
so.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It was no, I remember the first time I found that I saw it on like Snapchat or something. Some dude that I was like following, and he just like him and his girlfriend went there, and I was just like, what? This is what Dave and me did in college all the fucking time at the end of the parties. Go down in the basement, get all the like empty bottles, boom, smash it against the walls. Whatever, fuck it. You don't need to return that for cans. I mean, now I'm fucking, now in my 30s, that's my boomer moment. Hold up, that's 5 cents, baby. 5 cents, return that to Beer King so I can refund that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's fun just to kind of like let go. So as soon as the door closed and you guys started smashing, I was like, all right, good. This is the purpose. I want these girls to just go in there, let it go. Plus, I think it's a great icebreaker. Given that
definitely.
this is the first time you guys got to actually meet each other and all. But like I said, it's fun, and I'm once again very appreciative that you guys were able to come out for it. I will have some other ones. As I told you, I have many ideas: karaoke, wine night, bowling, which I am demanding that Dana's boyfriend is there because of certain Instagram video that I saw. He can be on my team. We can both suck together.
Yes. Nice. Yeah.
You can tell him that.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
But, usually at these points in the shows, I usually let people, pimp out their social media and stuff. Jen, I don't know if you want to reveal your wonderful social media or Instagram.
I do have a private one, but yeah, I guess, hi, this is me right now.
Yeah, you don't have to. Dana, of course, you got to do
Yep.
the stand-up thing. You got to.
Stand up. I'm Dana Marie. My Instagram is 5_. Sorry about that. 5_ Dana with a Y. Dana Marie. So that's my Instagram. I'm mostly just on there. I have like a YouTube channel. It's Dana Marie. And then, just catch me at some shows.
Yeah.
Like it's a track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. And we will have all those links down in the descriptions. And eventually we will get Jen back into the comedy scene.
Yes.
It's going to happen. I can feel
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mm.
In a couple of weeks, I'll be back out here and I'll be like, hey, Jen, what are you doing?
Get
Huh?
your ass up.
Yeah?
It's an
What are
open
you
mic.
doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Late night open mic. Come on, let's do it. And we'll tell you what, after, then you can just say, I'm drunk. Because
I was drunk.
I was wasted.
that's
She's
going to be your
wasted right
catchphrase.
now. Functioning.
Yeah.
I'm drunk.
But, folks, if you're enjoying this and you're watching this, please follow us at Fancy Fridays, or on YouTube, Fridays Fancies on Twitter. All those things. You will catch our, of course, my social media down and above. And you know what? Maybe I'll attach those other two idiots that I work with social down there, too. I feel like there's something aiming at me. I don't know.
Yeah, love message.
Yeah, it's a love message. But, hey, guys, once again, we appreciate you all for listening to us. This is the end of Lady Nights 2. Keep it posted for Lady Nights 3. We'll catch you all next time.
Hey yo, gamble with life up at the table again. That's right. I done took enough L's, think it's time that I win. Like the Grinch, I'm evil but I'm grinning. Trying to do right, somehow I can't help but sinning. Snakes out here biting, got the toxin for the venom. And hoes get excited, wanna see what's in my denim. Nah, that's right. My shorty won't like that. Done with the bullshit, bringing you life rap. Hey yo, this is something different. Usually won't listen to a nigga with some vision, but look at how we living. The whole world in division. Rapping about lies, leave it to the politicians. Yeah.